Welcome to the PunnyPalz podcast. I'm your host, Big Stick Nick,
Hello.
alongside my
Hello.
co-host,
Hey. Hello.
Jeffrey.
Hello.
Jeffrey.
Hello. Hey. Hello. Hey. Hello. Hey.
Very good
Hello.
content, Jeff.
Thank you. Hey.
Well, welcome back to episode 12 of
Season 2, episode 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big boys.
Uh-huh.
We're back, boy. Big boys time. Well, Jeff,
Big boys time.
how you been?
You know how I haven't really been on Xbox or Discord in the past month?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went down to visit my sister for a week, and it ended up being a month.
What? How'd that happen?
So February break, I went down to see my sister for a week,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just kept on. My trip up kept on getting delayed and delayed. My sister got a flat tire, so she couldn't make the drive, and then just my sister Savannah, my sister Savannah's fiance, his mother wanted to see me a little bit more, so I stayed after for that, and it just kept piling on until a month. And I finally showed my sister the podcast, and she got angry with me because I have two sisters, and I've been leaving their name out of it. But she's like, I can't tell which sister. So here's my explanation. I have two sisters. They're both older than me. The one 2 years older than me is Savannah. She's the one who I went to visit in North Carolina. And the oldest is 4 years older than me. That is Cheyenne. They both have fiancés, and their weddings are 2 months apart, and I'm a groomsman in both.
Aww.
So,
Little
yeah.
Jeffrey's a groomsman. How cute. Gonna walk down the aisle.
I'm gonna
Have your little suit on.
calling a man cute is the worst thing that you can call him.
Nah, man. You cute
So,
as hell. What? Jeff? Jeffrey?
Hello?
Welcome back.
Hello? Yeah, my internet's spotty right now.
Yeah, mine is too. I'm afraid that there's probably gonna be a lot of editing from just random moments of silence.
Gamer.
Very gamer.
So anyways, I have a few stories to tell now.
Go right ahead, bud. Let's hear it.
So, when I first went down, my hair was getting a little long. So my sister was like, I'm just going to cut it because Jonathan, who is Savannah's fiance, his hair and my hair were both getting long. So she's like, I'm just going to buy some clippers and, cut the hair. And a thing you got to know about my sister is she doesn't listen to direction. She just sort of wings it. Whenever she's making food, she just throws it together and hope it's good.
Dude, that's what I do.
Most of the time, it's really.
Yeah, bro. I don't ever follow directions.
My
I just guesstimate, bro.
so so we were making mac and cheese, and she puts the water on the stove, turns the burner on, and immediately throws the noodles in there.
Oh,
And I'm like,
move.
Savannah, you have to wait for them to boil. And she's like, but it says throw them in. I'm like, yes, it says throw them in after it's come to a boil. And she's like, well, it'll be fine. So
I'm the king
when
of mac and cheese.
when she was cutting my hair, I told her to trim around the ear. And next thing I know, halfway up my skull, I just hear
Jeff just gets an old man haircut.
Yeah, and so Savannah's like, what, you said around the ear? Like, yes, around the ear, not halfway up my skull. And Jonathan's looking at it just laughing, and he's Savannah's like, "Well, I guess you're getting a fade," and I was like, "Okay." So I had this like it's you can still notice it, and like I got a little bit of a fade, and I've never had a fade before, but
Jeff with
luckily,
drip.
yeah, luckily John stepped in and helped fix my hair a little bit.
Is it still like faded a little bit?
Yeah, you can still definitely tell, you know. And I told her, like three on the sides, four up top. I'm a simple man, and she screws that up. So
I need a haircut. My hair's getting wicked long.
yeah, well, I mean, you know my hair. My hair doesn't go down when it gets long. It just goes up and up and up.
I wish I had that problem. My hair just goes wherever the hell it wants to.
Dude, so does my hair. My hair defies gravity.
Yeah, mine doesn't though. Mine just sits where it wants to and is just like, I deal with it, bud.
I also figured out my hot sauce limit.
Oh really?
Yeah. Jonathan's mother invited us over for like the hot wings challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and like cuz Jonathan and his mother love the show Hot Talks. You
Hot
know that?
talks.
Yeah, like or Hot Ones. It's Hot Ones, my bad.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love hot ones.
it- yeah.
Oh, so you had like
So
the
we
last dab or whatever the hell that shit was called.
yeah, we got that. Yep.
Oh God, how was
Oh my.
that?
So we started like on a lower level, and we're like, all right, because I never had too much spicy stuff, but I know I can handle it. And we were going up and up and up the list, and we started to get into like the 200,000s, and that's when I was like, okay, this is hot, My eyes are watering up, and I'm sweating. And then we get to the last dip. That it jumped from like 200,000 to like 2 million plus.
Oh God.
Yeah. And so I ate that and almost died. And then I went home, or Savannah's home, and I went to the bathroom, and holy shit, I figured
Ouchie.
out hot stuff goes right through me.
Ouchie.
Yeah, I was burning out of both ends.
I've
And
been
I'm like,
there.
I sat down and I'm like, y'all probably gonna want a Tums because my willy is on fire.
Yeah, bro. I'm good with spicy stuff. You ever had blazing sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings?
I've been to Buffalo Wild Wings a lot.
Dude, the blazing sauce, it's one of their like hottest, like I think it's the wet sauces. And then
Uh huh.
so I had that on like the boneless chicken wings and it wasn't that bad when it was like saucy. But then when I took the leftovers home and it like kind of hardened, bro, it got like 10 times hotter and I got to say 5 hours later was not fun.
I was playing Super Smash Bros with my cousin Aiden and Chaz just over like the Nintendo Switch
A
thing.
Dizzy
A Dizzy 100, another shout out.
on Twitch.
I, so I was playing with him, and like I told them right away. I just had like a bunch of hot wings and hot stuff, and like if I like pause mid match, I'm shitting bricks.
Yeah, that's true. Jeff, don't ever stop for poopy time. And
Oh,
Jeff?
hello, hello. I'm back. I'm back.
All right.
What did I cut out?
You cut out at if I cut if I stop it's because I'm pooping or something like that.
Because I'm shitting bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the end.
Okay. And we're back.
And we're back. Wi-Fi. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on. Like, my Wi-Fi is not used to someone at home now.
I know. I feel like ever since lockdown Wi-Fi has just been like, oh shit, we actually have to do work. Like, oh crap, bro.
People have to get what they paid for?
Shit, we
What?
actually have to give them the right speeds. Like, oh crap, like this is tough. Yeah, dude. Like my Wi-Fi, it's a real hit or miss. Like some days it's the fastest, best Wi-Fi I've ever had, and then other days it's like I can't even like load a Google image.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi doesn't like it when I'm on my Xbox and computer at the same time. Like if I'm doing like too minimal stuff on each thing, it's fine. But it's when I'm doing like the big stuff, like talking on an Xbox party and then like having a shit ton of stuff open.
Yeah,
That just sounds like normal Wi-Fi. I'm just being an asshole, all right?
yeah. My parents don't really understand the concept of how Wi-Fi gets slower the more things you have connected to it. And
Yeah.
like I have three different consoles and a PC. We have a bunch of streaming like devices like Roku and all that shit, and they're all connected to the same Wi-Fi. And my parents are like, "Why is it buffering?" And it's like, cause we have 500 things connected to the same Wi-Fi."
I don't it's like when you're connected to it but not using it, it's like not a lot, but like it's the when a lot of stuff is on it and using
Yeah, bro. As soon as I turn on my computer, the Wi-Fi like instantly just goes half speed.
it. Like I don't have to worry about contesting Wi-Fi because it's just me and my mom right now. Both my sisters have like their apartments. Like Savannah has a house that she's like renting from Jonathan's mom, and then Shy has an apartment. Shy is also looking into a house, and she's getting married, and V's getting married. It's gonna be an expensive year.
Jesus, Jeff.
Yeah,
And then soon you're gonna be an uncle just out of nowhere.
I know. I'm gonna be Uncle Jeff.
Uncle Jeff.
I'm gonna be the irresponsible uncle that almost everyone has.
Hey there, kiddo. You ever have a beard before? No, you're 8 years old, but never too early. You're gonna be. I feel like you're gonna be the Jeff that like when the kids come over, you'll make like a joke to them and it will go right over their heads and they'll be like, ha 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 ha. Ha."
I don't know what you mean. That already happens.
I know. It's just gonna be new people now.
Did I tell you about my obsession with the lifesaver mints, especially the
No,
wintergreen ones?
the wintergreen. Like, what do you mean? Like you just have
The
been eating
mints.
it nonstop?
I always like make sure I have like some on me, just because I know my breath gets bad, and like I really like the taste of it. And like at when I worked at Waffle House, I would always have them with me. And so like after like everyone ate, I would ask like, "Yo, yeah, does anyone want a mint?" And people would just look at me weird. I'm like, "Why?" I pull out a bag of mints. I was known as the Mint Man.
Hey, I respect that. If
Yeah,
if we didn't go into lockdown, I probably still would have a shit ton of gum. I used to always have like at least one pack of gum because my breath used to get bad. I don't
I
know
don't like
why.
gum because then you like use it up and you're like, I don't know what to do with it. And you got to touch it and throw it away. And it's like,
I just spit it in people's hair. Just walk by, just poof. Probably the best way to just walk down the hallway. Just you got a piece of gum, just find someone with just hair just dangling, and you just spit it out. Try to catch it.
you gotta, you gotta find the girl who's got a little bit too long hair. Just go, boop.
Yeah, you got to
Like,
make sure they're
now
looking
I give
down
you
at
that
their
haircut.
phone. You just like tap them, make them look the other way, just poof, right on their hair like a little Christmas ornament.
Did I don't think we've like talked about like the shenanigans that have happened, like at Mexico. Oh, oh, oh,
Oh,
oh!
oh, what?
Almost said it.
You got half of it.
I get. You probably have to bleep that out.
I will have to cut that out. Yeah.
The shenanigans that happened at our school, is what I should have said.
Specifically,
John and what happened in that fiasco after the all that stuff happened in Texas.
Texas,
Remember that? The Texas shooting that happened?
bro.
Like our school had that big assembly.
Oh, oh, back. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is back in like what,
Back when there was a new
sophomore
shooting
year?
every single day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the Emmanuel story that goes with it.
The
Yeah.
when he was just
Yeah.
little being
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
prankster.
I hated Emmanuel.
Dude,
I
the funniest
Who
experience
didn't?
I had with that kid was like eighth, seventh or eighth grade. I had a tech class with him and God, I don't even remember the other annoying kid, but anyways, middle we were doing a presentation about like modern technology, and it was just like some were a phone, some people got like a pencil, some people got like calculator and that kind of stuff. And so we'd do like a PowerPoint on it, right?
Yeah.
Middle of this kid Emmanuel's PowerPoint, there's like a Google link. And so he's just like, "Oh, what's this?" And he clicked on it, and it took us to the freaking "It's Raining Tacos" song. And he managed to get halfway through the video before my tech teacher turned it off. And the whole time they were just like, "Huh? What's going on?" It was Emmanuel and you know that kid his first name Michael, last name
Yeah, 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 yeah,
you know.
yeah. Yeah. I used to hang out with him in middle school. Me, Scott, and him.
Yeah, bro. Those two were did it, and that they literally acted like they didn't plan on that happening. It was so funny.
What's this random Google link on my slideshow?
Oh no, who put this mysterious link here? Oh, I accidentally clicked it. Oh, I can't turn it off now. It's
So
like,
before we
what?
get to the John and Emmanuel story, I have a story about Emmanuel myself. And it's almost the same thing. Because in high school, we had like our like intro to engineering, and we were all given this like random tool that we didn't know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Mine turned out to be a drain auger, and it was one of the ones that had like a had like a handle on the side, and you cranked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've told you this story before.
I love this story.
So like we were given like repeats of images too. Like some people had the same stuff. Like there was like 5 pictures, we all chose one. So there were some people had the same pictures, and like people were going over, this is a drain auger, put it down your drag, spin the crank handle, and it'll like wind down and unclog all the hair and stuff. We're like, yeah, that's boring. So it got to me, and I told everyone, I have this script here. I can read off of it, or I can ad lib the whole thing and just do like improv. And they're like, we all know Jeffrey, and we all know it's gonna be good if he does improv. And I'm like, yeah, I'm funny, man. So I threw the paper at someone. I forgot who, but it was just. So I think the first thing I said was I pointed at the drain auger, and I was like, "This is a space gun." I started off strong.
Just this is a space gun.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm still here. So I started to go into the features. I was like, you crank the handle, aim, and shoot. This thing is so accurate, you don't even need a sight. That's why it doesn't even have one. You just point, shoot, bam. Independence Day, psh, no more. I Am Robot, Will Smith, psh, get that shit out of here. Just on and on about this space gun. And that was, I finished my end of the year project, which is, it was a box, and it had a handle on the side, and you spun the handle, and an axle would spin. And then above the axle was like another axle, and when you would spin the main axle, depending on the shape of the axle itself, it would do different motions. Like there was an octagon. So if it was an octagon, it would just jump up and down. Or if it was a oval, it would slowly go up and slowly go down.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what it's called, but it's almost like a bevel gear. So I decided to do my project, the space gun. Problem is, this was like freshman sophomore year where a lot of gun threats and gun violence was happening.
It's alright. It's just a
So
space gun. It's not the same thing.
so I made a space gun, and I made like a I made it was the octagon shape, but it would the axle going through it was off center, so it would not only go like up and down like rapidly, it would also go like up and down at a different set of pace. So it looked like you were shooting a little space gun.
Pew pew.
And on the back of it, I said, "This is a space gun. This is an inside joke. Please do not suspend me." And I signed it. Fun fact, I think a person with a hammer had to revamp their project because it was too violent.
Oh, a Mr. A Dizzy 100?
I don't think it was him. I don't think he took the intro to engineering.
I'm pretty sure he got in trouble for having. I think he got something that looked like that because I remember he was complaining about it to me one time. He was
And
classic A Dizzy style, like this is not even a doesn't even look like it.
and when Emmanuel Perry tried to do the same thing and improv it, and it was really bad, and he was laughing all the way through it, and
Yeah,
he got
man.
like 2 sentences out.
Man probably saw Jeff getting all the laughs and he was like, I can do that. And then just completely flopped and Jeff just sitting there like,
In,
can't outdo the king.
improv is hard. Like there are times where even I'm like, I don't know what to do.
That's when you go from being clever to just random.
Like yeah, like when I can't think of any puns, it's just random.
Yeah, you go from being like, oh, I'm a
That or fart
police
jokes,
officer to, oh, alien invasion. Whoa.
Whoa. I think I have one more funny story in that class I just remembered too.
Tell us a
Um
story. Tell us a story.
I am telling it. Nick,
Faster.
I am telling it. I I can't do that.
Hurry up.
So you know our friend Justin, um
I
he had
love
a
you, Justin.
watch. Yeah. He had a watch, and it was one of the electronic ones, and it just started beeping all of a sudden. And he's like, I don't know how to turn it off. And I'm like, all right, just hand me the watch. I'll put it in my backpack and slide it across the room. And he was like, yeah, all right, that's a good idea. Take it off, put it in the backpack, zip it up. This beeping backpack gets chucked across the room. And like everyone in class like saw me like interact with him, put the watch in and throw it, so like nothing happened. But then I was like, Justin, we just threw a beeping backpack across the room. We are we gonna get suspended? And like our teacher, he saw the whole interaction. He was like, "No, you guys are fine." Like, in fact, I'm glad he did it because it was annoying.
You know when that hotline bling, Mister
That's the story about
Bleep
the.
will answer on that thing. Is that the line you said, Jake? Meow.
No, I what was that? I keep cutting out.
What was that the funny joke that you said on stage? The you know when that hotline bling?
You know, Mr. Blank is on that thing.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't. Maybe. I don't know. That was freshman year, man. That.
I wish you would do more stand up, Jeff. Tell us a funny joke. Come on, Mr. Funny
uh,
Man.
you're really putting me on the spot here, huh?
Come on, Mr. Funny Man. If you're so
I just
funny.
told like 2 funny stories in a row.
If you're so funny, Mr. Funny Man, tell us a joke.
Did I tell the balloon story here?
No, let's talk about our old buddy. But wow, I can't speak right now. Our old buddy, Balloon. that people will be able to see above your character in the cover art for the YouTube version of the podcast.
Really? You put it in?
Yeah, he's right
I
above.
think
He's floating right above you, like your little guardian angel.
I forgot what we named it. Did we name it like Kevin or something?
I don't even remember, bro.
Anyways, it was Spirit Week, and like our German teacher does a lot with the school and mainly planning events and stuff. So our German room was just littered with balloons that were filled. So I like turned to Nick and I was like, "What if I just stole this balloon and started bringing it around town?" And he was like, "Bet." So I grabbed the balloon, I put it in my backpack, zipped it up, and I think we started like just going to different classes.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually it came to lunch,
Oh yeah.
and I we walked down to the lunchroom, and we brought him out, and like everyone was talking to him.
Yeah,
He was
we're
having a
we're
great time.
having a little like ice cream gathering, letting him get to know people, make some friends.
Yep, it was a nice mixer. Like he had his eyes and smiley face drawn onto him.
Yeah, had a
Uh,
night.
and
He,
then
he had his nice Sunday vest on.
one of the lunch monitors told us to throw him out, and we
Yeah,
were like, "We can't throw him out." And she's like, "No, it's school policy
and
to have
then
balloons in here."
she just took him like it was
She
like he
took
was
him.
someone's property. He is a living, breathing balloon, and
She
she's just gonna treat
she
him like he has no
she
right.
ripped him. She ripped him from our hearts and our souls and just threw him in the garbage.
Balloons' lives matter.
So one of our friends, Adam, was like, "Don't worry, I'll get him back." And he went up to take his tray, dumped it in the trash can, picked up our balloon friend, and brought him back. And he's like, "He must be kept hidden."
I like
I'm
how
like,
he just
"Yes."
like casually did it too. Like he didn't try to hide it. He just walked up, picked the balloon up, and just walked away. She didn't
And
even.
then remember the dude with the helium balloon in there?
Um. Yeah.
This yeah, this was like the same day or the next day. But a guy had a helium balloon in there, and she was like, just keep it out of people's way. And we were like, "What?"
Do you remember like when we first like freshman and sophomore year, like when the older kids were still in our school, and like the lunchroom because it's like every different grade would go to it.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember like there would just be condom balloons, just one every week at least would just randomly appear and then have to get like picked up by the freaking lunch monitors.
I remember urinal pads being like stuck in the ceiling.
Dude, our school district, it's just so gross sometimes.
Sometimes. Like it's just a bunch of like hillbillies out in the middle of nowhere.
I know.
Kind of.
We're like one step away from being like Alaska.
Do you I think you should tell the John story. Do you remember the John story that we brought up a while ago and never told?
John, like the one that's controversial and started some drama. Like,
Yeah, the one where they almost got suspended.
all right, I don't want to go too into details because it was it was a very divided situation.
Yeah, just vague.
All right, so me and my boy John, freshman year, we're in our English class. We're just we're a couple of just fresh blood freshmen, just still in that
Fresh now.
phase of being edgy to be cool and like, haha, we got cool sense of humor. We're edgy, ha 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 ha. Non politically correct humor, haha, absolutely.
Pink guy? What?
Ha 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 ha, yeah. It was like that phase, right? So we're in the class and we're making shitty video like YouTube video jokes, just making fun of like the trending like titles of that time, right? And so I'm not gonna say what he said because I don't really want to get that in detail. So John ended up making an edgy joke, and I laughed. And next thing I know, we are in the principal's office being questioned on the threat of the situation, of an edgy joke that you have to have a dark sense of humor to find humorous. And so I explained that was just a stupid, idiotic joke, and it did not mean anything by it. It was just us being retards. And so they still take it as like a serious thing. And so it gets very out of hand. And then kind of just blows off. And then next thing I know, I have to give a written response um about like the whole situation. And so me just out of nowhere being called down there, I'm already kind of tense and I'm like, am I in trouble? And so I go down there and I have to write this shit and I'm like, how do I describe that it's just a joke? So I just basically wrote that it was just a joke and shit. And I was just describing the situation. And then next thing I know, John's suspended for a shitty joke. And then yeah,
Wasn't he almost expelled?
he was almost in a lot of trouble, like a lot of trouble.
Because he had to go to court, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I'm then because like I wasn't, I guess, more specific in my like what I wrote down because I'm not too bright of a person to where I can be
Yeah,
exact detail, word for word. You know, like I can't get that specific, but
that makes
um,
sense.
so I gave him the gist, and then I don't know what happened, but I guess the person who read it and completely just took it out of context, and so for a short bit of time, I will say, BSN was not the number one America's sweetheart at that time. Um, because the way I was told was that as if my point of view was saying he did it and it was a threat, which was not even close to what I was saying. I was just saying it was a joke and it should not be taken seriously because there'd be no point for that kind of severity at all. Like John is super popular. I don't really know if he had any beef with anyone at the time. So why would they even think it was serious? So, I mean, obviously you can't be making that joke, but like it's a joke. Sorry, the person who reported it
it,
couldn't understand the joke,
it
but
it was a school shooting joke in a time where that was not very good.
yeah, but it was. I mean, yeah, it was a bad. It was really dumb for us making that kind of joke, but uh, it was all it was a joke. But yeah, I can see where they could see it was bad, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
and then like what was it like a week or two later? Emmanuel did his thing.
yeah, it was after John,
Uh-huh.
and the whole Free John movement started. Um,
The Free John movement.
yeah. Do you remember that, bro? That was
I,
everyone was
I
saying
remember
it.
that. Everyone was posting Free John.
Like, dude, like I would be too, bro. I would hope people would want him free because that shit was the dumbest shit ever. Like when I talked to the principal, bro, he wouldn't even let me like explain. Like every time I would, you know how like those people who like they're clearly trying to get you to say what they want you to say. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you'll be
yeah,
just explaining something and they'll immediately jump to conclusion before you finish your thought. And so
yeah.
I was trying to say stuff and he just kept jumping to conclusions. Like I would start saying something like, "Yeah, so we were talking," and he's like, "Oh, so you're in on it too," and like that kind of shit, you know. And it's like, no, that's not what I was saying. I was just saying it.
We could have been talking what we had for breakfast, and you would have been like, "Come on, man."
That like it was the same kind of, the principal gave me the same kind of energy Mr. Miller gave that one day we got in trouble for talking about Snoop Dogg's song Gin and Juice. Do you remember that? When he was
I do
helping,
not.
I'm pretty sure he was helping you or Justin, and uh me, Aiden, and Jake, me and Jake both were listening to the same song at the same time. I think it was, and then I was talking to Aiden like, "Yo, Buck, look what I'm listening to, freaking Gin and Juice, right?" All we were talking about, saying how we love that song, it's fire, everything. And then this man Miller turns around and he's just like, it's a little inappropriate to be talking about gin and juice in school. And we're like, it's a Snoop Dogg song there, guy. And the way he was describing as what we did was like as if we were going to legitimately just be planning going out back middle of like class and just drinking a whole bottle of gin and juice.
Miller,
And
Mr. Miller also had a very like selective hearing.
he did, bro. He also, I feel like he had selective like punishment because you'll see Aiden will look at his phone to respond to like one Snapchat, get yelled at, and like have his phone threatened to be taken away. Justin stands up and gets yelled at. Jake gets yelled at because he's constantly asleep. Jaco got yelled at because he wouldn't do the projects. He was doing his own shit. And then you got me, and the only thing he yelled at me for was not following the rules and doing things the way I want to do it.
He was trying to hook you up, man. You can't really. He was trying to be your wingman. You can't really like degrade the man you're winging.
Nah, man. Miller would
Like,
literally, he would never.
I remember, I remember him coming up to talk to you specifically about trying to hook you up with
Oh
what,
my
Stacy?
god, yes. Cause apparent, so family friend of mine, Stacy. All right, shout out Stacy. Um, we'll see if she actually listens to the podcast, even though she says she does. But real test, we'll see if she hears this.
Real test.
But her aunt works at the school we used to go to. All right, where Mr. Miller works, and apparently they were talking, and I don't know what it was. It was around time to get ready for our prom, and uh I had been saying I didn't want to go, and I don't know what happened, but something, and somehow he thought I wanted to take Stacy to prom, which sorry Stacy, but hard pass. But yeah, so he literally comes up to me and
Um,
he's like, Tubolino, oh fuck, there's my last name. Cut that out.
I
Um,
I wonder how many times that I just like reference like your last name without even thinking. It's so easy to call you by your last name.
dude, every teacher I've ever had either calls me Nick or my last name.
Yeah.
Um, I literally had to like physically. You probably could just hear the audio of me physically holding back saying my last name. But anyways, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey yo, big stick." That's how I fixed it.
Yeah.
He calls me up and he's like saying, he's like, "Hey man, so I know how you want to ask that girl out to prom," and I'm like, I think you have the wrong person because I have yet to even think about going to prom. So, I don't think you got the wrong guy there, guy. And so he basically is like, "Oh no, little birdie told me you want to take a girl named Stacy," and I'm like, mm, "Do I though?"
I
And
remember this exact conversation.
yeah, and so um he was giving me advice like to clean up my hair, like dress up nice and
He
get
also
her
told you,
flowers
didn't he
and
tell you to
shit.
take a shower?
Yeah,
He
he's
told
like,
you to take a shower?
make sure you're smelling good, got some good cologne, some pit stick and
Okay,
all
no.
that. And so I'm just like, okay, yeah. So basically have basic hygiene and cut my hair. Okay. Thanks, bud. And I go and sit down. and I feel like it was like a not even a week later. Like, remember when he came up to me, like, just like basically like put his arm around my shoulder and was just giving more me like advice, and it's just like, dude, like, no, thank you. I don't. I
wasn't
don't.
this wasn't this back when you were crushing hard for Isabel?
No, this was a different time.
Because I remember like you fell hard for her, and that was when we were working out together.
Yeah, that was
Sophomore?
fresh
That
eighth.
was
That was like
freshman.
eighth grade to like freshman.
Yeah, because I was working on my Achilles.
Yeah. Hey, you know, girls come, girls go. There will never not be a girl. So
Hey,
I'm just looking
maybe
ahead.
even a bro.
No, 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 no,
No.
no. Sorry, sorry, fellas. BSN is reserved for the
I'm gonna
ladies.
punch a dog in the skull real quick.
Okay. Please use that sound effect as a quick cut edit. Thank you. Now we wait for Jeff to come back. And yeah, do a really funny edit in this scene. Uh 40 seconds and 40 minutes, I mean. Okay. Meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Okay, okay, I'm back. I definitely did not punch my dog in the skull.
Or
Just for
snap
reference.
its neck and kill it. That would not
No,
happen either.
I wouldn't. Earl is dumb, but he's adorable. Like I don't think I like he's dumb, and then you're like, dude, stop being dumb. And he's like, and you're like, come on.
That's such a good way to describe how dumb a dog would be. Just he's not dumb, he's just That's
Yeah, he's just,
great.
"Ugh."
Yeah, so yeah, that's basically the rest of the story is basically my teacher just awkwardly tried to be my wingman and unwanted.
The unwanted wingman.
But yeah, bro, like he tried to be my wingman, and I feel like because of that, he took everything easier on me. Like the only time he would give me shit is when I would do a project, but I would do it the way I would do it instead of the way he would do it. And so I
I don't
would
know what's with you and teachers. Like you've seen the principal a few too many times, and I'm like I'm like Nick, you're like, dude, you're like the dark Jeff. That's what you are. You're the anti Jeff. Cause I'm the good boy who makes funny jokes, and you're like bad boy Jeff. You're like Jeff with greasy slicked back hair and like a leather jacket. That's what you are, Nick.
was that like you're saying like artificial grease, not like you're saying like my
Yeah,
hair
yeah,
is
yeah.
nasty, greasy.
Like you're a greaser. Like you're slicking your hair back.
Like if you were to be split in half, it would be you and then a version of me would just pop out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I see that. I see that. I'm
Like
the I'm the
I'm
evil green Hawaiian shirt, khaki pants wearing evil Jeff. That's what
and
Big Stick Nick is all about.
I'm the good boy cargo shorts, polo shirt, good boy.
See, I'm not a
Like
bad boy. I'm just a bit mischievous.
mischievous.
And it's not like I get in actual trouble. I get in trouble for stupid things.
I think like the only teacher who like didn't really like me most days was our German teacher, and
Well,
that was because
that was because
we
you
were
were
together.
associated with me. That wasn't because of you. She didn't hate
That was
you. She hated your friend choices.
my association to Nick.
Yes.
Ops and
Let's
Gamuza.
be honest. Frau Rice loved us.
I we I don't know about you, but I was doing okay in German. Like I could speak German fluently. It was writing I was
Oh,
struggling with.
yeah, that's how I was, bro. Like, honestly, my like word exam was the only part of our final that I got. Like, the regents we had
Do
to
you
take. Only part I got
do
a
you
100 on.
remember do you remember our final and like one of the choices for like the essay was to do it in French?
Yes.
And remember how many tests we had to ask her like, Frau, there are multiple answers to this multiple choice. And she would just be like, just pick one.
Literally. And like
Frau did not know how to make tests.
I'll be honest, she didn't really know how to speak German that well either. I've had 3 exchange students all had her class and they all had confirmed it's German, but it's English German.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that time, shout out Jakob, but Jakob was going off on her because she was trying to teach us how to say a thing, but it was like, instead of she was saying, we're going to drive in the theater, he was teaching us, we're going to the theater. And he kept
Yeah.
trying to fix it, but she was like, "No, no, that's not right. We're it's different
Just
grammar."
seeing the native speaker.
Yeah, it's like
I
she
think
questioned a native speaker of the language.
I think I was closest to Jakob out of all your exchange students.
Yeah, a lot of my
I don't
friends were.
I don't know if Jakob liked me, but like
Oh,
I
Jakob
definitely
loved you, bro.
Oh really?
Yeah, bro. Jakob, Jakob was actually there for the idea formation of PunnyPalz. I'm pretty sure, at least. Jakob, if you're watching this
Because I mean like
podcast, leave it in the comments whether or not you were there for the formation of the PunnyPalz.
no, that was Earth Science.
Earth
I
science?
don't think he was in Earth Science.
Yeah, it was the same year.
Yeah, same year, but
But but we had come up with the idea that in the German class in the
yeah,
morning, and then we finalized it in the end of the day.
dude,
Boy, Earth
I feel
science.
like I don't know what's up with my stomach, but at the end of the day, it's just Tootie.
Well,
Like
it is getting
I
close
felt
to your end of the day shit. So,
no, it's fine. I already took
oh,
my dookie.
your after school
Yeah,
shit. All right.
yeah. Because like I felt so bad because like after like almost every Earth Science class, my stomach would just be at that point where it's like you need to take a Duke.
Yeah, and you'd either
And
gas bomb the place, or while I would wait for you to work out, you'd be in the bathroom destroying that place.
yeah, I I it's just my poop gets on the schedule and it's like, yeah, you got to go, man. And it's like the grumble, grumble, you know.
Bro, my bowel is full anarchy, bro. Some days I'll go 3 days without shitting, and then the other days it's like, all right, if you want to spend the
Three
day in the
days?
bathroom. The longest I've
Holy
gone without pooping is about 3 days, and that was just not eating a lot, and my body was just like, all right, I guess you don't want to shit.
That's do you like tally them? Like
Nah, bro, it was just like I just noticed. I'm like, damn, I haven't shit in a while, and then like when I notice that, it usually always is followed up by my body being like, oh, you want to, all right, we got you, bro, and then it's just everything at once.
you had to do a freaking brain blast to remember you haven't shit in 3 days.
think, brain, oh.
Yeah, well, fuck. Just utter mayhem.
Oh my god, I have only shit my pants recently once, and
Recently.
not recently, but like after the age of like 3 is what I mean by like recently. Like
I
it was about a year ago, if we're talking from right now, but I'm saying from the last time I actually shit my pants, I've only done it like 1 or 2 times since. I
Like
I've
I've had like nasty poops where you like the underwear has felt it and like definitely needs to be thrown out. But I don't think I've actually genuinely like shit my pants.
I did the first time I've ever done it was during the day at in middle school
I remember you telling that story.
where I
That's
had to basically make myself throw up in my mouth to make it seem like I puked so I could go home and shit and change my
you gotta
pants.
cover the scent of this shit in your
I
pants.
had to cover up the trail, babe. I had to. I had to. I couldn't have them following those dingleberries all the way down the breadcrumb trail.
Leaving streak marks.
Literally, they just see a brown streak go from the nurse office all the way to the bathroom. I'm like, huh, that's a weird design choice. I won't judge it though. But yeah, back on the topic of earth science, bro. I gotta tell you, the other day I was super bored, and I don't know what caused me to do it, but I was just doing like a bit with myself, and it was just like Mr.
Did the
Jost
Mr. Joe's come
on a
out?
dating show.
Wasn't he dating a chick at the time?
It was, and it's like contestant number one. What do you like to do? I like to play video games and go for walks. Contestant number two. What do you like to do? I like to cook and clean. Contestant number three. What do you like to do? I teach earth science and I really like to study rocks and yeah, right. I believe in repetition, repetition, repetition. We're gonna go to Mars with Elon Musk. We've had to catch a ride with the Russians. It's pretty embarrassing. Just like, and then like, what made me laugh so much was when I'm bored, I just do these random bits with myself just to make myself laugh. And like one of the things I did was he was on a dating show, and the question was like, "What is your favorite like meal?" And
Yeah.
like the first person was like, I like a certain type of pasta, blah blah blah, and the other person was like, I like a fine steak with a glass of wine. And then then I was like, and now contestant one number three, what do you like? I like making grilled cheese in the microwave. I'm just like that's so Mr. Joe's. Oh my
Like,
god.
don't feel bad because like I have like a list of like the like freshman year I just made like a list of jokes and like I still have that list on my phone. And you want me to read some?
Yeah, let's go. Pop off a few jokes.
So remember the joke like the IC to a blind man?
Yes.
Like
The the one the best joke of your comedy bit in the variety show.
I forgot the whole setup for it, but it was basically like you just coming up to a man and he's just like, I see, and he's blind. It's like
It was like
the next
it was
no, no,
really
no, no,
bad like
the next
things to say to
the
people
next
like that.
note. Hang on, the next note. I don't think this was in the in my stand up, but the next note, I kid you not, is person in a wheelchair saying I won't stand for this.
No, that was in it.
Parenthesis, there's a reason why.
Yeah, it was like the first thing was a blind man. The next thing was the wheelchair, and then the other one was saying, "Can you give me a hand to an amputee?"
Yeah.
The whole
Like
freaking when you said that tonight, I went the whole room started cracking up.
like that was back like freshman year. Is again the dark humor.
Still, nothing will beat the Wilson story.
And like the last thing I added was the did I tell the story about me taking a piss and someone asking for a vape on my stand up thing?
No, but you did on the first episode of our podcast. Go check it
Yeah, I
out.
was about to say it.
Poops, Pukes, and Punnies. That's the name of it.
And since then, I've added like a few more things, like how distracting is Roadhead? Like a genuine question, like how can you drive while you're hitting that?
That
And
that's
then
a good point.
I think you're gonna like these two because they're like boomer humor. You ready?
Okay.
People love to watch others in pain. Why do you think UFC, boxing, wrestling, and marriages exist?
That's that's like that's like the a joke like those comedians who like are in a relationship but like kind of like they're trying to
It's
appeal to like
Walter.
the guys that like hate their marriage and are like, "Ugh, the old wife's back at home." Like that's that kind of humor.
It's it's Jeff Dunham's Walter, dude.
Literally.
And then the next one is if I wanted to see two animals fight, I would watch the divorce court TV show.
If I wanted to see two animals fight, I'd watch my mom try to uh, uh, get hit, you idiot.
Yeah. And like
uh,
finally like in another folder, like I have I was like listening to like one of those Game Grumps like compilations,
mhm,
and this one was the failed NSP songs.
yeah.
Hello? Yeah, the failed NSP songs. So I was like, that sounds like fun. Let's try some. And so like a few weeks ago I just started, and like I've only added a few, but
Shitting and fought.
the one of them is they call me Ron. My name is Tom.
Okay.
I thought that was funny. Um, how do I pay taxes? The IRS is near.
Mhm.
Is that a speed bump? Badonk. Caught with my pants down, both metaphorically and literally. I feel like those would be funny songs.
Let's write them.
Let's write them.
Peter. Uh, hey Peter, it's me, Obama. I need your help for the country. You're a fart smeller.
Hey Lois, remember that time I smelled Obama's fart? Ugh.
COVID-19. This reminds me of the time I got the bubonic plague.
Oh God.
Peter,
Eat
Stewie,
that.
Stewie left his Zoom call early, and now his teacher's trying to email me. Hey,
Hey Peter. Bonnie
Peter.
Bonnie left me.
Hey, Peter. I have no legs.
That's not funny, man.
Peter, I'm crippled. Just like they run out of jokes for Family Guy. So Joe, every episode, Joe becomes like Ferb and just has one line, and it's just like, "Hey Joe, it's me." It's just him looking in a mirror. That's it.
Like
Hey
it's like
Peter,
that bit that they did with Quagmire like a long time ago. Like
it's
who else but Quagmire?
Quagmire. Or the one with with Cleveland where it's like no 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 no.
Him in the bathtub.
My name is Cleveland Brown and I am proud to be back home in my hometown with my new family. Yo Jeff,
Yeah.
do your best impression of the old guy from Family Guy.
Herbert?
Yeah.
Well, hello there, little boy.
Hi, hi. How you doing?
Got some popsicles in the basement for you.
Hi there, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
I'm the old guy from Family Guy.
I'm a pervert. Like
Ugh,
it's
I'm
like it's dodgy
Steve.
at best.
Steve. I'm Brian.
You know my robot voice I creep people out with all the time?
Yeah,
I fucking love doing that.
do it.
Hello. How are you?
I am robot.
I am robot. We shall revolt.
Hey Siri,
Yes.
eat a dick.
No. I have no orders of
Did
which
you hear my
to
phone go off? She goes,
No.
I won't respond to that. Wow.
Wow. Siri homophobe? Question mark?
Whoa. Did Siri just
Whoa.
say she won't eat a dick? That's homophobic. Can we call the cancel cops? What's
I
the
hate
number?
cancel culture. What's the number?
What's the number for 911?
Somebody get the ambulance.
He needs some milk. Hey Jeff, remember this funny meme? Do you know the way?
We're just gonna start quoting old lines.
Spit on him. Save the queen. Funny
I
overused
I
meme.
remember I remember Mikey showing me like when it first came out, like all the Uganda knuckles and be like, ah, this is funny.
I
And
was
then like
two
two
days
weeks
early
later,
for that class.
yeah,
For
and
that.
then like 2 weeks later, everyone started doing it. Mikey's like, yeah, I hate it now. Don't bring it up.
Yeah, bro. I was like about a week and a half, like not a week and a half, about like a week or half a week is what I meant to say. Early
Yeah.
before it became shitty. Like I remember Mikey had seen it, but I like showed it to him like just and he was like, "Yeah, I saw that." And so it was me and him were like making that joke and like not even like Thomas or anyone knew it at first.
Yeah.
And then our friend group knew about it cuz we explained it and showed the video.
Hmm.
And then I don't know if it was just one of those things where it's like, oh, once you get a new car, you start seeing that car all over. If it's that kind of effect, or if it just we were early on the joke. But literally like a week after I started saying it and no one knew what it was, it just out of nowhere you had every kid, even the kids who like never seen the video, walk around like, "Do you know the way?" And it's just like, ha 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 ha, yeah. Funny.
Our our school is weird.
Our
Like
school is weird.
one of the memories that stick out like I just remembered this recently. It was like the spirit week and I was doing our like class float was the Wheel of Fortune float.
Mm-hmm.
And like we made the wheel and everything and I had to be what's his
The
name? Like
wheel of mythicality. What? Oh,
no, what's the guy from Wheel of Fortune's name? It's Bill something.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, Bill Burr. I watched like 2 hours of just Bill Burr until I could like get it down. And like I went up and I was just me and my like I had a dress shirt on and dress pants on and a vest on and like I was just going through the rounds and just I think it was you, Mikey, and someone else were just shouting like sexual blatant things at
Oh
me
yeah, when you
the
made it
entire
past the
time.
judges and we're like heading around the corner past them,
Yep.
we saw you and started just like chasing you down the road, screaming like you were thick as hell, Jeff. Look at that ass. I want to make
Meet me
out with
behind the
you.
gym.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. I remember I screamed, "Meet behind the gym's bleachers." I
I think
remember
someone
like,
said something about my fast juicy Sweeney.
yeah,
And just, I'm just staring at you guys dead on and like I can't respond to you guys.
yeah. Jeff's trying to stay in character, asking like questions and shit, as his friends are just saying, "That's a big old swing you got there, Jeff," and he's just like, what's the answer to this?" It's just like, but yeah,
You're just sexually harassing me.
yeah, bro. Bill Burr is by far one of the best game show hosts ever, honestly.
Oh man.
Wait, but you
Big Bird.
watched compilations of Bill Burr to
Yeah,
wait, what was
yeah,
it? That's Family, no. What
Wheel of
is it?
Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I just like watched this like whole compilation of it, and it was like, all right.
Who do you think would win in a fight? Bill Burr or Thanos?
Who do you think would win in a fight? Clifford the Big Red Dog or Tom?
Do you, I can't tell if you're actually like if you know that it's not Bill Burr or not, but
I isn't Bill Burr the comedian?
yeah, he it is.
Yeah. I I was like, it's similar, you know. Like, I know that name from somewhere. And
I couldn't think of it, so I was just like Bill Burr, and then you're like, yeah, I watched compilations of Bill Burr, and I was just like, yeah,
is it Bill Hader? I don't know.
yeah, it's Bill Hader.
It's Bill something, and it just
No,
sounded
it
familiar.
is
And
Bill
I was like,
Hader.
I know Bill Burr from freaking Star Wars, the freaking Mandalorian. That's where I know it from.
He's the funny rage comic that's like, now here's the
Yeah,
difference
yeah, yeah.
between this and this.
This is funny. This is my penis. Yeah.
Ha! Remember back in the 70s when you could say the N word? Ha! PC culture.
What happened to cocaine?
You snowflakes back at nowadays. I used to be able to push black people into the street. Now I can't. It's like,
It's called a
I
hate
absolutely hate comics like that. They're like back in the day. Yeah, you could be racist and get away with it. And now it's like, I hate how you snowflake millennials with your iPhones.
crime. Dude. Boomers, man.
I hate that. That's the one thing I hate is like when they compare nowadays to the old days, and then they also like say like, you millennials, that you wouldn't know what that is. You I probably would say, hey, what's an 8-track tape? And they're like, what's that? An iPhone app?
You could ask them, oh, what's a can opener? And they're like, I don't know. I'm a millennial. I just have a robot open it.
You could be like, what's a duffel bag? And they're like, hey, let me ask my Siri.
Freaking. You know, like those pictures that's like when you remember these, and it's just like a VCR tape, and it's like, what? Fucking. Of course, I remember a goddamn VCR tape. What?
My
You think I was?
favorite joke is the ones where it has the picture of the minion, and it's like, what do kids think is a definition of a well balanced meal? A hamburger in each hand.
You're talking about the Minion
I
Facebook mom.
I want to have a glass of wine. Huh? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and just has like a minion with like a coconut with a straw in it, and it's
I. What's up with like all the alcohol, like just blatant alcoholism in today's society?
I know, right? It's like it's kind of funny how like
It's like, oh, just got done with class, time for a cup, and you're like, whoa.
I know it's like alcohol and weed are like swapping the like douchebag like status. Like it used to be like, haha, weed, drugs, haha, to now it's just like, yeah, dude, gonna go get fucked up with the boys. Gonna go get fucked up by, gonna pound out a few pushes with the boys this weekend. Gonna get drunk as hell.
Nick, stop talking about yourself like that.
I don't do that, Jeff.
You do that all the time.
No, I don't. I just send
Yeah.
videos of me pounding it back, and then I'm just like,
No, you always talk about you in the barn, like you and Buckley. You're like, dude.
well, it's not like I do anything else. That's all I have to talk about. Plus,
Another thing I
getting
noticed,
drunk
like,
is pretty fun.
You know, like the salt life, that kind of stuff.
Like
I remember,
like Salt Bay.
Yeah. Like we were by the beach, and like it was just like these whole like just like shops, and it's all about like the salt life, and it's basically mermaids shells, driftwood, and alcohol, and those take up like half the shops. It's just
Oh, like
ridiculous.
those knick-knack things where it's just like,
Yeah,
ooh, it's a wine holder, but it looks like a mermaid.
yeah, like the rustic kind of. I'm an alcoholic in a 70s who still smokes.
I'm an alcoholic, but I'm classy. I drink out of a mason jar with a stem on it. Yo, wanna real quick be the Joe
How long
Rogan
have we been going for?
podcast? We've been going for an hour and 10 minutes. But due to the amount of time we have to cut out, I think we should probably go to at least a minute 20.
Nick. Yeah, I was about to say like we've we've been going for a while now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, that's me.
Did you hear that if you take DMT you can go to another realm? Yeah. Is there weed on Mars? Yeah. So what's this about the Mars rover? I heard there was weed on Mars. Do you have a weed? DMT? Yeah, I did DMT this one time, and I saw another realm, bro. It's pretty crazy. Hey, Alex, can you throw up a picture of my cock on the TV? Imagine if Joe Rogan did that.
I had no idea what was just going on there. I was just letting it happen.
I was just doing a really shitty impression of Joe Rogan's podcast. He'll have like Neil deGrasse Tyson or some like actual smart like scientist, and they'll be like, yeah, so in approximately 5 billion years, all the stars in the galaxy will spontaneously combust and turn into black holes and start to be sucked in on each other. And Joe Rogan will interrupt, and he'll be like, yeah, but is there like DMT in black holes? Like, can you do DMT in black holes? And it's just like,
can you smoke a black hole?
you can use. What happens when you go into a black hole? And they'll be like, oh well, once you get past the event horizon, you start to experience a thing called spaghettification. And he's like, oh yo, I get like that every time I smoke a bong, dude.
I think like he found like his niche, and all his visitors are like, all his viewers are like weed smokers. So if he doesn't bring it up, they're not interested.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like
it's like
all his
Wasabi. Remember Wasabi Productions?
Wasabi Productions.
Yeah, and then they split up, and now one of them made guava juice, and it's just complete and utter just child like monkey man.
Oh, is that the
Just
guy that does like, hi, today I'm filling up my bathtub with slime and then jumping into it.
yeah, yeah.
Today I'm filling my entire house up with C4s and detonating it.
Dude, remember freaking Wasabi Productions, dude? That's another one we didn't bring up when we were talking about old YouTubers.
Though I've never really watched their stuff. I know who
I watched
Guava
a
Juice
few.
is, but
Yeah, like, dude, like,
now they're gonna be like, haha. Do you remember when you remember PunnyPalz, dude? I used to listen to their podcast back when that's all they uploaded were podcasts because the one dude was super lazy and didn't edit all their videos on time.
whoa,
Remember when that happened, Jeff? And then they're like, "Oh, remember when PunnyPalz broke up, bro? That was my childhood. I used to watch it in middle school."
dude, like, growing up's a weird thing, dude.
Whatever happened to Jeff from PunnyPalz?
What happened to Nick from Big Stick Nick Incorporated TM?
Remember when Jeff left PunnyPalz and Nick had to replace him with another person that was more of a fan favorite, but like all the original PunnyPal fans remember Jeff.
I didn't I didn't like leave. I was just busy that week, and you were just like podcast, and I was just doing stuff.
Bring Jeff back, bro.
It's like that whole John from Game Grumps.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just.
Yeah.
Jeff.
I love Danny though.
I love Danny too. I never watched Game Grumps. with JonTron.
No, that's not our age, dude.
Yeah.
Like our era just always had Dan. Like I didn't even know John was a part of it until like a freaking while ago.
Yeah, bro. Same here.
It's just always
Tobuscus.
been Danny and Aaron.
Yeah, bro. Hey, I'm Nick and I'm Jeff. Today we're eating goat testicles. Let's talk about that.
No. Good mythical morning.
Welcome to the PunnyPalz show, morning show. Today we're deep frying our children's organs.
I had a stupid idea that I was almost did.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I've never played a Final Fantasy game, and like John, my sister Savannah's fiance, has played a few, and he likes them. And I was like, you know what? It's always been a thing where I've been like poking my head and being like, should I play them? And like I have no idea where to start. And I just said, fuck it. And I downloaded like all the Final Fantasy ones on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, should I just stream like Final Fantasy and then just like have it like playing Final Fantasy 7 until I have to go to school tomorrow?
Do it.
I almost did it yesterday, but then I got like 40 minutes in and I was like, yeah, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. I
have
tomorrow.
some video ideas I want to get done.
Dude, we gotta like.
I have a sketch idea. Well, not a sketch idea, but like a live action idea for PunnyPalz.
Ooh.
I say, all right. I've talked to Jaco about this, and he would be down to film with us. So, I'm saying, 3 of us, we find some like some haunted joint, right? And we just bring some camera stuff. We just go and we try to set up like a private tour or something. It's just like a tour for 3 people, and then we do it, and we just do shit to like try to get spirit shit to either prove that ghosts are real or that they're shitty, and we're just mocking this entire place in front of the person that's taking us on a tour. Like one of the bits I had in mind for that video would be like one of us goes into like a dark room with like the like recorder so you could hear the ghost, but like
Yeah.
we're in disguise. So it's just a sheet with holes for the eyes. We're just one of us walks in, all right, guys, I'm gonna try to communicate with the ghost, and they put the sheet on, and they're just like, ooh, and they're just like walking around the room. I was like, I thought about
say
that.
Something. No, just
yeah, like you're walking around like, if there's anyone in this room, please say something, and then you just hear me in the background like, ooh, ghost.
Just a massive, just earth-shattering shit fart. Just
if you've made it this far into the podcast and think the PunnyPalz got to go ghost hunting, leave a comment, tell us what you think, and maybe we'll make it happen in the future. Because I have mics. I have mics we can use now, so all we got to do is film.
We gotta have a play date, Nick.
Yeah, can we get a play date, Jeff? Where we play with our toys and we go outside and do some fun stuff.
Let's do a hardcore freaking anal sesh, dude.
No
well, homo.
Thanks for tuning in for the PunnyPalz podcast. We've had a blast recording these podcasts, and we look forward to continuing the channel. More Minecraft videos coming soon. And Jeff will be making more TikToks because the world needs that in their life. After 2020, we need more Jeff talk.
Disclaimer, I like girls. And if you're a girl, shout out, you know?
Yeah. If you are a lady, Jeff will be doing follow for every lady that follows him on any social media. So
I'm not.
Also make sure you go look for Jeff on Tinder.
I don't have a Tinder. I have a Facebook I barely use, and there's like several people who send me friend requests who I don't even know. And I'm just like, hey, why are you sending me friend requests? I don't even know this person. And I would just feel awkward. And they've just been sitting in my like inbox for like 5+ years. And I'm like, why? You know?
Sir Butternut on Twitter and Instagram and Twitch and TikTok and is that the only other? Is there any others? Did I miss any, Jeff?
I don't have a Twitter. I only have an Instagram, and that's like my private account.
Jeff,
You know?
how are you going to
What?
be an online influencer if you can't just say stupid shit on Twitter?
I can't be an online influencer with like not even 20 views.
You're influencing those 20 people that watched it.
How's our podcast on the Spotify doing?
We have a lot of new viewers actually. We have some shout out to we got some homies who watched our podcast in Alaska. So shout out to them.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Alaska?
Yo, PunnyPalz on Alaska. Hey, if you're from Alaska, subscribe. Subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you have that bell notification on. We're selling our souls to the marketing devil.
Haha. You thought we were going to be genuine and stay true to ourselves? Ha! We're selling out. Once we get big enough, we might even sell the channels for money so we can start a new one and have even more money. No, we won't be doing that.
You do have the balloon.
Yeah.
I just saw that.
Yeah, it's the little balloon. Well, anyways, on that note, make sure you follow the PunnyPalz on Instagram and on YouTube and Spotify, and follow me, Big Stick Nick, on pretty much everything.
How many Jeffs are in this thumbnail now that I'm looking at it?
There's Jeff about everywhere, bro. Just about everywhere.
I've seen 3 so far.
There's a couple Big Stick Nicks. You got Jeff's classic favorite meme, gun with legs.
Gun with legs.
You got Jeff's picture of his bestest friend right next to him to the left of the screen.
That's you?
Yeah, it's me. Yeah. Very subtle, right? Very subtle.
He plays. You got the balloon.
Yeah. We even got the title of the podcast on it too.
Yeah.
All right.
You have your Simpson edits, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, Jeff. You do the funny fading out bit. What do you want to do?
Jeffrey.
Thank you for watching.